now you induce something called mystery, because now people are intrigued. Who is this guy? Because you are unique, you set yourself aside from other people, other men. And it's the mysteriousness that draws people. Because, yo, what's up, my inspired alphas? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're talking about how to leverage your looks to increase your social status. Because the more status you have, the more leverage you have in any endeavor that you are undertaking. If you're new to the video, if you're new to the channel, feel at home. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Let's jump into it. Number one. Now, if you read the book, The Art of Persuasion by Robert Caldini, he explains how human beings, we are just automatic robots when it comes to certain actions that they just trigger our subconscious. And the first thing that we are suckers for is, being attracted to attractive people. Now, you see, when I tell you guys you need to improve your looks, or there are a lot of YouTube videos out here that talk about how to look smart. Most guys actually take these things just on a shallow level, just to attract more women, or to feel more confident. But in reality, when you understand the mechanics of how being attractive affects the way people perceive you, then you know how much leverage you have. Because as he explains in the book, we human beings, we are attracted to the things that we find attractive, and we put positive attributes to the people who are attractive. So it's called the halo effect. The halo effect is just that attractive people are perceived to be more confident, to be more trustworthy, to be better leaders, and it's proven, but it is automatic. Now, you see, one thing that is in common with all high status individuals is the fact that they can influence people to join them in their team. They can influence people to take action. And this is crucial if you want to move forward. If you don't know how to deal with people, if you don't know how to influence people, you will never be able to scale up what it is that you want to do. Because that's the reality of the world. If you want to make money, you just need to be able to convince a lot of people to give you their money. Because money is in people's pockets. There's no one, except for the banks, there's no one out here who is printing money. So you need to find a way to leverage your looks. Now, you see, just a minute. Now, you see, one thing that is everywhere rampant is the fact that men don't take care of themselves. They just want to look good when they are going out, or when there's a special occasion. But looking good is a sign that high status individuals only take, or this is just a trait that is associated with high status men. So first thing is always make sure you look good all the time. This means taking care of your body, taking care of your style, taking care of every single thing that you can control, that is in your control. Control that first, and then let people perceptions. Now people will judge you whether you like it or not. So it's better to be judged in a positive way than a negative way. This is just the first point. The second point, number two, is the fact that when you look good, when you are an attractive guy, this is a signal of health and wealth. And there is a very big correlation between high status individuals and their lifespan and the kind of lifestyle they live. Now, nobody knows you are broke. Nobody knows you are unconfident. That is in your head. But what people look at you and judge you by is the way you look, the way you appear. So, say for example, you look weak, you look like you don't take care of yourself, you look like, you don't know how to put a nice outfit together. What does this communicate to other people? That you are not used to, you're not used to being a high status individual, or you don't really have the traits of high status men. And that is how people judge themselves to know where they fit in the dominance hierarchy. It's the guys that are at the top that have the most leverage, because people look at them and they judge them by the way they look, the way they carry themselves. So the point number 2 is that you need to know what attractiveness represents. If you now say for example, I'm shredded. Well, I'm not shredded, but I'm fit. I'm tall. I have a clear skin. When I dress well, I represent myself well. What do you think other people, when they look at me and they judge me, what do you think they associate with when they look at me? Ask yourself, when you go out, what do you really think people, when they judge you, will associate you with? They will either associate you with being healthy and wealthy and being a person who is respected in the society, or you can be the guy who is just average. No one really cares about you. You struggle with everyday life. So that is point number 2. It is a signal of health and wealth, and if you don't take care of yourself, then you will start to see the declining in your health, in your wealth, in the way people respond to you. Number 3. Now, when you do the first 2 things correctly, number 3. When you do the first 2 things correctly, now you induce something called mystery, because now people are intrigued. Who is this guy? Because you are unique, you set yourself aside from other people, other men. And it's the mysteriousness that draws people. Because, you see, think about it. The biggest fear most people have is the fear of the unknown. And fear is what drives people. I'm telling you, fear is what drives people. So you might think, I'm always motivated to be the best version of myself. No, you're afraid of being poor. I know I am motivated to do the things that I do because I am afraid. I fear poverty. That is one thing I know I fear. And if you know how to induce mysteriousness, mystery, then you are inducing fear in people, because people fear what they don't know. So they will always try to find a way to come and figure you out. This is now where you use your power of influence, because when you create mystery, when you create an environment or a state where people want to know more about you, people are curious about you, now then you can be able to leverage that to influence them, to sway them to do things for you, or to join. You can now do the screening process, pick the people that you want who are interested in you, and you can work together. So mystery works on both men and women. Guys, you might think that being mysterious is all about attracting women, but being mysterious is one key trait of high status individuals, because the more you keep people guessing, the more they want more, the more they come back for more, because it is just the way women also like to chase men who they don't really know. It's exciting. It's something that is exciting in life, and I'm telling you, if you're boring, then you can never be able to influence anyone. So mystery, you might be the most boring guy in the world, but if people don't know that, then you are the most interesting guy in the world. So use mystery, and mystery comes just in the way you look, the way you present yourself. Last but not the least, you need to be congruent with the way you look. You see, I see guys in the gym who are grinding hard, but they still have the mindset of a baby. Or you might think this guy is grinding so hard because he has a very strong mindset, but in reality, he's just doing it because it's a hobby. You see, you need to be congruent with the way you look. If you have let me use the example of you're wearing a suit. You have a very sharp outfit, but you are behaving like an average guy, a guy who is just average. Then people start asking themselves questions. Are you really who you say you are, or are you really who you appear to be? Because you see, people will always judge you. That is the reality. And now that you understand people will always judge you, you now use that to your advantage. Because, well, you are on your path to being a high value guy, being a success, being the best version of yourself. But for you to be that guy in terms of manifesting the things that you want, you first need to become that guy in your mind, in your behavior, in everything that you do. Act like the man who you desire to be. So you see, this is where people go wrong. You work on your body, you work on everything, you work on your style, but you are still behaving like your old self. You have not changed. People will see that, and they will treat you the same way. At first you are interesting because you are mysterious. They don't really know how to behave around you. But the moment you show them that you are still the same guy, then they will treat you the same way. So you have to be congruent with the way you want to become. Otherwise, then all this will never work. So this is the secret to how to persuade and be an influential person, only through your looks, only through leveraging the fact that people judge other people. Anyway, hopefully you got value from today's video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. See you in the next video. Peace out.